Liliana did the recruiting when the Inquisition started. Not everyone can be intimidated into signing up, after all.
I recruited Commander Cullen.
Lucky him.
He's made no complaints about my manners.
His last boss was a raving lunatic who turned into a statue. That's not a high bar.
Fair. Yeah. Okay, here we are back again with more Dragon Age Inquisition. Varric makes a good point. Also, I think Cullen just gets along better with Cassandra because, you know, they have more in common. I think, you know, Varric and Cassandra just don't like each other very much, but that's okay. So anyway, I did some off-screen stuff, like you do sometimes. I finished these terrariums up, looted that chest. I want to take care of this Fade Rift. And I guess I can take care of these guys too. Just not taking any chances this time around. It might have been overkill, but that's okay. I guess we'll go this way. We'll find out if this is the way to go, I guess. And then we gotta go back to the Stone Bear Hold. And, we will... Because I want to talk about this Exile person. Okay. I see there's just, like, more shades just kind of sitting there. Okay. Cool. I guess I'll do this, and then we'll do that there, like that. Might have been able to get 2 there, but that's alright. Ah, Fear Demon. Good. Lots of Fear Demons. That's cool. And Rage Demons. Wow, this is fun. This is fun for all ages here. That's cool. Cool. How do I get in there to get my loot? That's really the big question of this here is, how do I get inside to get my loot? Here we go. That's what I wanted. Thanks, guys. Okay. So, we're gonna do this. I want to talk about our Exile friend, though I think there's a locked room somewhere near here. What's this about? You know, like you do. I don't know. A locked door. I don't think I can get to that right now, so we'll just go back to Stonebear Hold, I guess, and find the Augur. Should probably talk to the Augur about this Exile, 'cause she said she was an Augur's apprentice.
Welcome. So long as their weapons stay sheathed.
Hi, Mr. the Augur.
Be welcome.
I met an Exile in the woods. She said she was your apprentice.
I met a mage in the woods who said she used to be an Augur's apprentice.
Sigrid Goldstotten. She left the hold when I told her she must release her teacher.
Aren't you her teacher?
She might have heeded me if I were. Oh, perhaps not. It's time the spirit in her was free.
She's an abomination?
Every mage in the hold is made one with the gods until they're strong enough. I thought Sigrid strong enough. Exile was her own notion.
Why did she exile herself?
Why did Sigrid go into exile?
Sigrid built an altar by the shore for her rite of thanksgiving, a ritual to part her from her teacher. Sigrid claims her offering was spurned by the gods. The spirit remains with her when she's taken to exile.
Okay.
I should be off.
Farewell.
So maybe we should investigate this ritual site. Indeed. Let's see if we can find it.
Wind seems colder than it should.
Doo-doo-doo. We might be looking for someplace down below.
This is the place the Augur said that mage Sigrid tried and failed to release her spirit.
I must admit, Cassandra, I've never heard of these Seekers of Truth.
Why would you? They do not exist in Tevinter.
But what are they? Some manner of Super Templar? Is this one of those sudden secrets like proper hygiene?
Once we worked from the shadows, monitoring Templars and mages alike.
Ah, that clearly worked out well.
Your glibness does you no credit. The mage rebellion was beyond even our power to control.
Maybe.
Scorch marks, left by some kind of interrupted spell. Perhaps the ritual was never completed.
Perhaps.
The grass is trampled down here. A fight?
I do not think so. There are tracks. It was likely a heart.
Probably not important then. A vial of lyrium.
If you don't know what you're doing, it takes a lot of energy to banish a spirit.
Then why is the vial still full?
Indeed, that's interesting.
A skinned bird and a bundle of incense.
Offerings for this mage's ritual. Why are they still here?
Good question.
Yeah, it seems less like she was interrupted and more like she maybe just didn't want to do it. Hello?
You returned.
I have. I've learned why you're exiled.
The Augur told me why you're here.
That Chatterjay. What business is it of his to tell that to a lowlander?
Tell me about this ritual.
About the ritual you were performing, Sigrid.
I had to burn a proper offering, then let my guiding spirit free. I made the offering, the gods did not accept.
But I found your offering intact.
I found a bird and incense by the altar. They weren't burnt at all.
I brought more than I needed. When I fled, I left everything.
Even the lyrium?
You would have needed to take the lyrium at the start of the ritual, not the end.
And so?
The vial I found was full.
Do you accuse me, stranger?
I'm a mage. Maybe I can help.
I'd just like to help another mage, if you need it.
Will you understand? I hear lowlander mages see the gods differently. I made no...
Try me.
I prepared. I began the spell to release the spirit here with me.
And?
I could not do it. I have no close companions in the hold, no kin. I cannot lose my only friend.
It means that much to you?
You're friends with this spirit.
It has taught me with patience and kindness since I was a child. Frightened of the fire I could suddenly call down. The gods change, the gods can die, and yet I do not want to lose the one who loves me.
But what does the spirit want?
So how does your teacher feel about this? Does he want to stay?
He would, if I asked. The gods that teach the spirit touched are kind. I think the Augur knew. All this time, he knew I never cast the ritual. It is not right to stay in pity. I will confess to him.
Or you could become my agent.
The Inquisition could use a mage with a unique perspective. You and your spirit certainly qualify.
You want me to pledge my staff to your Inquisition? Even bound to a spirit?
Your people consider it a gift. I'm sure you can handle yourself.
She's been trained since she was a
Abomination
child.
thing didn't work out so well for Kirkwall.
Inquisitor. She is an abomination.
It must be punishment from the gods to serve a lowlander for my oath breaking. It fits my shame. I'll find your camps and join you.
All right. I like how many people disapprove of that, though. I do always I do like recruiting her as an agent, just to be contrary. Just to be contrary. Like, having a rage demon inside you, that's a problem. Having a spirit that's been, like, a spirit of compassion or a spirit of wisdom or something that's been with you since you were a child and is in no danger of becoming a demon, that's something else entirely. As far as my Inquisitor is concerned, anyway. But, obviously not everybody would agree with her. But that's fine. They don't have to agree with me. It's my decision, isn't it? Okay. I'm gonna head back to this camp here. And I guess we'll talk to Professor Kenrick. About the stuff we found on the island.
May I help you, Inquisitor?
Yes. I've asked all these before.
A spirit on the island held the memories and possessions of Ameridan's lover, a woman named Talana. It told us that Ameridan was here on orders from Emperor Draken himself, and where he went next.
Andraste's dimples. I may have received tenure from that sentence alone. Ameridan had a lover. Talana, you said. The Inquisitor's Lady Mage. There was such debate over whether she existed. And there were orders? This was a request from Draken? This changes everything.
I love how... I love the weird irony of him talking about Ameridan's Lady Mage lover to a Lady Mage Inquisitor. So, let's see. What does Talana change?
He was surprised to hear that Ameridan had a lover.
Yes, this Talana you mentioned. Her existence has been hotly debated. Some scholars took Inquisitor Ameridan's respect for the Chantry to imply that he remained celibate. In ages past, there were stories about him and his lover, a mage. They made it out to be a star-crossed romance. The Chantry silenced the stories strenuously.
Okay. So spirits don't bother you.
You don't have a problem receiving information from spirits?
It's not ideal, but since you found corroborating physical evidence, I see no serious issues. Any study of great wars and battlefields carries an inherent risk of contact with demons or spirits. When spirits are willing to talk, most historians love the chance of a first-hand report.
And why do the orders matter?
What does it change knowing that Ameridan was on a mission from Emperor Draken?
Everything. One current theory holds that Ameridan was selfishly throwing off his responsibilities to go hunting. Another suggests Draken had him removed or even killed because Ameridan opposed the Navaran Accord. But if this is true, then Ameridan was a loyal servant of Orlais. He was not an embarrassment. He was a patriot protecting Orlais while Draken fought in the Second Blight.
Also, Ameridan and Hakon connect.
When I helped the Avar at Stonebear Hold, we learned that the Jaws of Hakon once bound their god's soul to a beast. According to the spirit, the dragon Ameridan faced was powerful and accompanied by hostile Avar.
You believe they could be one and the same? But that would mean... Of course! Of course! Brilliant! 800 years ago, the Second Blight threatened a weak Orlais. A perfect time for the Avar to attack. This Avar god dragon could have endangered the Orlesian Empire had Ameridan not stopped it. That explains why he would accept such a dangerous mission. And likely how he died.
Indeed. Does an Avar god bother you?
You're not concerned about the literal existence of an Avar god?
Not particularly. If the Jaws of Hakon once bound their god to a dragon, it is likely just a powerful spirit. That isn't to downplay the important cultural significance to the Avar, but magic does not equate godhood. Every blight comes from the old gods, which are also dragons corrupted by some outside influence.
It's true.
Sometimes I wonder if we really know what we mean by gods.
I wonder that too. In a world where magic and spirits are real things, what's the difference between something that's just a magical spirit and something that is divine? Seems like it's a pretty subjective standard to me. What if the dragon rose again?
How bad would it be if the contemporary Jaws of Hakon bound their god to a dragon again?
With Orlais still recovering from the Civil War and the Mage Templar conflict, not to mention the scattered rifts and remnants of Corypheus's forces still causing trouble, a high dragon given malice and magic by an Avar god spirit could, hypothetically, destroy much of Orlais.
Yeah, it would be a problem.
I hope that was hypothetically.
I hope it was hypothetical too. How was this overlooked?
History forgot about an attack by a giant magic dragon. If you want something done right. The spirit said to follow the river to the north, and something about spires or spikes.
Up the river, the scouts have had trouble with Hackonites up there. I'll continue my research, but for now, your guess is as good as mine.
Okay. What's our next step?
What do you need me to do next, Professor?
That spirit on the island said something about Ameridan going upriver to, someplace with spires? While you search upriver, I'll continue studying these buckles.
Okay.
That, sounded better in my head.
I bet it did. That's fair.
I'll speak with you later.
Alright, so we'll follow the river and look for spires, I guess. That seems like a smart thing to do. Sure.
Inquisitor.
Nice friendly jaunt upriver. Let's see how many spiders I have to kill. That's That's a fun game to play, right? How many spiders do I have to kill this time? And, you know I've said this before, but I'm going to say it again because I think it's important. That, now that we've had, like, an official announcement of the next Dragon Age game, everybody's super hype about it. And I'm super hype about it. I'm not going to deny that. But also, like, I don't want to get too impatient about it either. Like, it is still definitely going to be a while, I'm sure, before, before it actually releases. And, like, but I want them to put out the best game they possibly can, so if it takes them 2 more years to get it put out, to get it out there, then, that's how long it's going to take, right? Because, like, I just want the next Dragon Age game to be the best dang Dragon Age game ever. So, hopefully they can do that, and it'll be really good, and we'll all have a great time when it comes out, and I absolutely will be playing the next Dragon Age game as a Let's Play. So yeah, it'll be, I'll be playing it on release, I'll be doing it as a Let's Play on my channel whenever it happens to release, whether that's, in 6 months, it won't be in 6 months, or, another 3 years or whatever. It's gonna be, my first playthrough will be recorded and on my channel. I don't know if I'll live stream it the way I did Mass Effect Andromeda. It kind of depends on, like, what I have time for. In theory, I would love to live stream more than what I do, which is not very often, but I just, by and large, don't have time, and I feel like I would feel obligated to sort of do it regularly. And I don't have the kind of time or energy to live stream on a regular basis. Like, I've tried, and I can't keep it up for very long. I just can't, for the most part, in general. No, don't. Let's not. No, don't. No. But yeah, I mean, I did live stream the entirety of my initial Mass Effect Andromeda playthrough, which was fun. I don't know that many people really watched the live stream itself, though, so I don't know if I'll bother live streaming the next Dragon Age game in that way. I might just do it as a regular recorded Let's Play, as opposed to streaming it for, you know, an audience that I don't really have anyway. And, like, part of it depends on, you know, if I can, like, take time off work to do it. And that, you know, I don't know. I won't know that until, you know, we have an actual release date and I can, you know, figure out when that is and if it will work with my work schedule to even take off work to play it on release. I haven't even decided yet if I'm going to be buying Anthem at launch. Of course, Anthem is the next major BioWare release. It's coming up in a couple of months here. And I honestly don't know yet if I'm going to buy Anthem at launch or not. Part of it is because I'm not sure if I will enjoy the game and if I even want to bother paying like full price for it. And part of it is because Anthem is launching at a time when my job is going to be going through a major computer program transition, which means I'm going to not be able to take off work to play it at launch, because we're going to be in a blackout period where nobody will be able to take off work. Except for, you know, dire emergencies. And unfortunately, a video game release does not qualify as a dire emergency. I'm also, frankly, I'm probably also going to have to put in some overtime around the time that Anthem releases at work. So, like, I probably won't even be able to do it, you know, on, like, my regular, you know, weekends, because I'll probably be doing, I might be doing overtime at that point. So, like, just purely practical determinations here about whether I can even, you know, take off work to play a game. Sometimes I can, and sometimes I can't. We'll just happen to be at a point in February where I may have to.
A little bird tells me you might be up for the Sunburst throne, Cassandra.
I suppose you'd prefer to see a man in the position.
You'd certainly be a first step towards that.
That will be less amusing should it actually come to pass.
You'd be mad to consider it. Can you imagine the target it would place on you?
I don't want to think about that right now.
Also, I'm pretty sure Liliana is gonna be the next Divine. That's old news, an old bit of gossip. Liliana is already pretty much decided.
Well, we're up the river. That old Tevinter building must be what the spirit meant.
I guess. There's I mean, Tevinter architecture is certainly very spiky, so... Ah, good. Oh, you gotta be... Oh my god, what the f... Well, you could probably move over... Oh, for crying out loud. Wait for Harding and Kenrick to arrive. Okay, I can probably do that. I'm gonna loot these guys first. Alright, let's wait. We'll sit on this bench and just see what happens. Hi, guys.
This is brilliant. This must be what the spirit meant. Excellent find. From what I can see, this is an ancillary station. Likely a scouting post for the larger structure to the east. What can it tell us about where Inquisitor Ameridan went?
I got Professor Kenrick here safely. The rest is up to you.
Lady Harding was quite nimble in the wilderness.
I bet.
I'll be watching to make sure the Hackonites don't come back.
Lady Harding is always very nimble. You have to give her credit.
This is Tevinter, from well before the last Inquisitor's time. I understand they use such tiles as locks. Interesting, though not likely related to Ameridan.
Oh, yeah. This is a fun puzzle. We don't, I think, have to necessarily do this puzzle. But, I mean... I'm not good at these. What I'll probably do is leave the episode here, and then we'll pick it up next time, and I'll figure this out, because honestly, it's getting kind of late at night, my brain's getting a little fuzzy, so I'll take care of this puzzle next time. As always, if you like what you see, please like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next episode. Later.